BBC Radio Devon's News at 8, I'm Lucy Bolt. Police say 6 people have died in last night's shooting in Plymouth. Officers found 2 males and 2 females dead at a property in the Keam area of the city.
The Isle of Wight was the first to declare this morning. Lucy Wilson was at the count for LBC London News.
Tonight, it looks like the Tories have won voters' trust back, as they have taken the lead, winning 25 seats.
Sam Bardestani and his parents Janice and Amin live in Canada. Together they paid nearly £6,000 for Sam to go on a trip to Laos to volunteer with local communities last summer. But that trip was cancelled because of the coronavirus pandemic. When they approached GVI for a refund, they were told that wasn't possible.
It was really frustrating, and watching my parents have to work for it, it's just kind of watch, because it has been going on for quite a long time.
They're just one of many families that have faced the issue with GVI. In fact, a Facebook group was started to connect all of those people around the world struggling to get their money back. Those in the group are based all over the world, from Devon to the US to Australia to Scotland to Hawaii.
Worked out that this friend and I made a suicide pact to kill ourselves both under a train. 2 days after that, I went and I lay down on the train tracks for good, and that's when I lost my legs. People say, oh, do you remember how scared you were? But all I remember from that day was like this complete feeling of like peace and calm.
On Bristol News, the big clear-up as flash flood waters recede, locals return to inspect the damage. And Colston Cash music venue boosts its bank balance and calls in the builders.
What would you like to see happen now, if in an ideal world?
There simply must be disciplinary effects taken upon Eva Poen. We have to make a stand. On top of Eva Poen being, disciplined or investigated to a full extent, taking into account the way that this has affected LGBTQ plus students and lecturers, and not just the debate of freedom of speech.
What it's like to drive 1.5 times over the legal limits. So here I go. Fast gear, and I'm trying really hard to steer normally, but oh my gosh, cheering on.
Pippa Middleton and her fiancé James Matthews are getting married in Berkshire later. LBC London News' Lucy Wilson's there.
Going to be very different from Sister Kate's big day at Westminster Abbey, with a marquee reception at Pippa's parents' mansion in Bucklebury nearby. The Duke and Duchess of Cambridge will be there.
When our listener, Michael, offered you that place to stay, how did you feel knowing that there was kindness despite all of the hostility, I suppose, that you were shown before?
I was confused that day, but then week by week and day by day, that is one of the things that restore, trust in humanity.
And our reporter, Lucy Wilson, is there right now to give it a go. Lucy.
Well, there's a saying, isn't there? All the gear, no idea. I have some of the gear, but not all of it. I'm missing the kind of knee-high socks, the scrum cap, I'm missing the mouthpiece. However, I have been having a go at rugby, but I am really rubbish. Right, here we go. Oh, just too low. All right, pathetic. I'm sorry, guys.